guys, it's Emily from Nobel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my 2020 goals check-in. So, I'm going to check, I've written obviously all my goals down at the start of the year and I am now checking in with the figures and letting you know how it goes. I will actually talk more about the books that I've read in my mid-year freak out tag, which is going up a bit late. I'm sorry, I think it's going to be the one after this. I can't remember how I plan my videos because I'm a bit dozy. You guys know what I'm like. But I wanted to tell you how I'm doing. Now, in general, I've done a lot better than I expected on a lot of my goals. Although there's been one or two that I've done a bit of a boo-boos on and I need to kind of work on them. But it was really fascinating looking back on the goals, and it's been lovely watching all your videos and watching all of you check out your goals. Today I watched Naomi. I watched Naomi's videos and I loved hearing about how she's doing and on her goals, and I really find it fascinating because it's so inspiring. It's good. It's something that I'm going to be going forward with. No matter what I do with my channel, I'm always going to set myself goals on my books because it's something that I really enjoy and it gives me a purpose and it gives me some things to work on and trying different things that I didn't think I could do. And then, yeah, I've let myself down a little bit on some of the things I could have done, but we're not going to go there. We're going to talk about the facts. But I'm really loving it. I'm really happy with what I've done this year. And I'm quite surprised how it's all gone. So shall I get on with it? So I will tell you some of them I've got new goals. And they're going to be edited and obviously we'll see how that goes at the end of the year. So I'll do my new targets. Hopefully they're not too unrealistic. But the goal number one was to read at least 13 classics. I've already read 18. Not doing too badly, am I? And what with Jane Austen July this month and Victober coming up in October, that figure I know will go up. I'm trying to at least read at least one classic a month. Some months I haven't done as well, obviously, like May Mental Health was on, I didn't do as well on that month. But some months I've done really well. And with Victober coming up, I've decided to up it. I'm going to aim for 30 classics this year. Is it too much? That's only an extra 12 on what I've read, and that's not including... Those 18 are not including what I'm reading for Jane Austen July, so fingers crossed. I might be able to get to my 30. Do you guys think I can do it? Let me know. The second one was the biggest goal, and that was to reach read 250 books this month. I am not looking at what Goodreads says, because Goodreads includes books that I've DNF'd, and I don't know how to put down that I've DNF'd a book without it including all my figures. So where I'm now writing down the figures of every book that I read on my little journal, that's made it help. So I've actually got an exact figure, not including July's reads. I have read a total of 160 books this month. I can't calculate it, so I don't know exactly what percentage that is, but it's over 50%, so I'm happy. I'm keeping my goal at 250. I think that's realistic. If I try and up it, in some ways I think 250 was probably a bit too big, because some months have been a bit challenging on that, and I've read more than I should have done because I've pushed myself to read books that are shorter or that I've not enjoyed, and it's just been a bit of a stress head. So next year I don't think I'm going to set 250. I think I might set a lower goal like a lot of you have done and then smash it and be happy with myself. Goal number 3 is the one I've done the biggest boo-boo on, and this is the one I think you guys would have predicted that I would have not done. Read 3 horrors. Not read a single horror yet. I'm really cocking this one up, really doing badly. But it's because I still don't know what books class as horror, which ones to go for. I've got Neil Gaiman's The Graveyard book in my shelves. Does that count as a horror? If so, let me know and I will read that in September. But it's not been an area I wanted to tackle this year. What with everything that's been going on, I couldn't cope with it. But you guys will be proud of me. I've got a book planned for August for a horror. And I'm trying to decide whether I include that in my thumbnail for this, so that you guys will get a sneaky peek of what I'm reading in August. I've listened to my friend's advice and I've picked a Stephen King for August. And it's a horror, so I'm definitely going to have one. But whether I'll get to my 3, I don't know. Let me know if you think I can do it. The next one was TBR jar. Read 12 of my old books. I had a pile of 13. Every month I have been picking it. You guys can still see my jar's getting more and more empty. It has been pointed out to me that one month I did swap a book over because I didn't want to go for it, and that was a bit of a wimp out. So I'm not doing that again. What the TBR jar picks months it has been horrible for me. Some of the months I've been glad to get these books off my shelves. The July book, the one that I didn't include in my video because I was stressy and I forgot to put it. The jar picked the How to Find Love in a Cold Climate, and that is one that a friend of mine, I think Kate from Kate Howe, read, and she wasn't 100% on it. So the TBR jar has been evil for me. But it has got books off my shelf, and I will definitely be doing that next year. I will have a pile of 12 or 13 books that I need to get off my shelves, and they will be down there, and I will get rid of them. No question. So I can do this. I will do it, and I will not cheat again. I promise. See the halo above my head. I'll be a good girl. I promise. The next one is read 3 graphic novels, and I've already read it. Read 3 already. So I'm going to now try and do 5. I've got a Debbie Tongue book that is being released this month. I will be buying it. As to whether I buy it straight away this month or whether I wait a little bit, because I am trying to make my books that I buy a bit more varied, and I'm trying to do a bit more, try and be a bit better behaved on my buying, because I was buying a bit too much from Amazon at one point because of lockdown. I should try and cut down my spending a little bit. Yeah, I've been a bit stupid. But I will get a graphic novel, and I'm hoping that with the libraries reopening, I will find a graphic novel at the library. I want to make you proud of me. I will do it, and I have loved my graphic novels. I've actually enjoyed them a lot more than I thought I would. So, the next one is read at least 3 books from different historical eras. I've read 5. Now I've written down a new goal of 10. 10 different historical eras. That is probably unrealistic. So, I'm going to scrap that. I'm not going to set a new goal. I think I'll set it... Okay. I'll set it to 7. See? I was making these goals last night when I was feeling ambitious, and I'm thinking that might be a bit stupid. 7 different historical eras. How the hell am I going to find books on them? And 5 books that I find interesting. I do think I need to go more into the Stuart era. I need to go more into the Georgian. I don't think I've read any Georgian books. So guys, can you please recommend some historical fiction books for me in that era? I've read a lot from the early 1900s and the late 1900s. So possibly if I can go further back, in between after the Tudor period, that would be quite good to try and read a bit more about those. I don't know which areas I need to read. I've read a lot of wartime books. Possibly World War I books could be good. I don't know if that will count in the world history. Maybe some more books in the 50s. I don't think I've read very many from that. I've read 40s, not really 50s. I think I've got a book that actually might count for that. And I think I need to read 70s. 1970s counts as historical, doesn't it? Because that was the year I was born, at the end of the 70s. So I'm going to try and find a book from the 70s. Although I might get out with a book might work on that. So I might have already done some more of those. I don't know. I need to look into this. But yeah, I think 7's a bit more realistic than 10. I'm never going to be able to find 10 different historical eras. Not with the way I am. I'm also a bit dozy, so that might be a bit too difficult. So goal number 7. Do at least one 24-hour readathon. Yeah, not done that, have I? Well, I was aiming to do it. And then February happened. And then March happened. And then lockdown happened. So February I had my operation. Lockdown happened in March. I've been a parent, homeschooling all the time. And at the weekends when Chris is at home, I want to spend time with him and the children. So 24-hour readathon is not being realistic. But going forward, I've got a 12-hour one planned this month. I'm going to do it on a Saturday. I will be realistic that I'm still going to have to be a mum in that 12 hours, but I'm going to probably try and do it from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. because I tend to read a lot more in the evenings, and that will give me time to get the kids breakfast, maybe go somewhere, go to the shops if I need to. And I will also vlog it. It'll be a vlog. It'll be one of my rare vlogs that's going to go up at the end of the month, and one of the last videos for the immediate future. But I am going to do a 12-hour readathon, and let's see if I can beat Chloe from Chloe Reads Books. Chloe. I want to beat her score on the number of pages she reads. I want to see if I can do it. And going forward, I am going to try and do a 24-hour readathon in September. I think September or October are going to be realistic. That is when the kids are back at school. As to whether September's still going to be pushing it, because they're just going to be getting back into school, or whether October with Victober, maybe link it in with Victober and do that might be more realistic. But I will put it in my diary. I'm going to give it a go, and I'm going to do it on a school day. I think that's more realistic because I will not be with the kids all the time, and I'll try and I think that'll be a bit better. A 12-hour readathon's not going to happen at the moment. I think if you're a parent in lockdown or you're working from home, 12-hour readathons is really hard, and being a parent of 2 young children, it's too hard at the moment. So put it to September, October. I will try and do it. I will do it, and I'm looking forward to trying my 12-hour one. See if I can do it. See if I can beat Chloe. I want to do it. The next one. Read 3 translated fiction. I've read 5. I didn't think I could do it. But I found there's some quite interesting ones. I've set a goal of 10. I don't know if I can double it, but I'm finding that I think I've actually read a translated one already this month. And I've actually found that there is more translated fiction than I thought there would be. So they're actually easier to find, and I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try for 10. That's one I don't know if I'll be able to achieve. I'm going to set it for 10, but I've still got 5. So even if I don't set my new goal, I've still met the original one. So that's good. The next one is read 6 thrillers. I've only kept one of my thrillers because I tend to get rid of them. But this one I got on a blog tour and for Red Door Press, and I blooming loved it. I am doing really well. Nicole, if you're watching this, or I'll tell you on Instagram, I've read 10 thrillers already this year, and I'm so happy. I'm gonna go for 15 because I'm trying to read at least 1 thriller a month, and I'm loving them. They're so exciting. I've got at least 1 thriller planned a month. Yes, I think, like, again, Victober's going to affect it that month, so I might have to read a few more other months. But I'm loving them. I'm finding that I'm really, really enjoying them. They're really fun. Yes, some of them scare the bejeebers out of me. Some of them are like thrillers that I would almost class as horrors, the graphic detail in some of them. Some of them are very psychological and they freak my brain out. But I am loving them. It is a new genre that I didn't think that I would love as much as I have. And I know Charlie from Charles Heathcote, he said that he's really impressed. Like when I said about my anticipated 5-star reads, and I mentioned that I mentioned some ones from different genres, and he was really proud that I could go that wider diverse. And I was like, it's down to you guys. You guys have really encouraged me, and so I am so happy with that figure. Yes, 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 yes. That was one I really didn't know if I could do it, and I'm loving it. The next one is, I don't know if I said originally complete 5 new to me series or start 5 new to me series. So I've changed it to start 5 new to me series, and I've already started 10 new to me series. So I've set another goal of 15. But as I pointed out to Verna in a message, I'm great at starting new series. I'm not great at finishing them because some of the series I don't want them to end. So to me, one of the best series that I've started this year is the Anne of Green Gables series. I started this with the lovely Tia from Tia's channel, and I love it, and the Curly Reader, and oh my god, I'm loving this series. It is one of my favourite series ever. It's one of the only ones I'm actually going to keep. It has made me so happy reading this series. So thank you so much, Tia, for starting this and getting me involved in it, because I have loved Anne of Green Gables. It has reignited a love for my children's books, reignited my childhood memories, and made me so happy. So thank you. There's lots of series I've started that I wanted to talk about, but this one's my biggest one, and it's making me cry because Anne of Green Gables reminds me of my childhood with my sisters. It reminds me of the creativity at the start. It reminds me of growing older with my families and our families changing and developing, me being a mum now. So this is very close to my heart. Thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't think I was going to cry in this video. The next one is get my friends to pick a book a month. And I've done that. Every month a friend has picked a book. I've got Linda's already picked my book for August. I think I'm going to ask Clint, if you're watching this, I'm going to ask you for September. Got to find a friend to pick for October for October. Then I've just got November and December after that. But they've gone well. 5 out of 6 books the friends have picked I've loved. They've been great books. It's been a really fun thing, and I'm not sure if I'll carry that on next month, or whether I will be doing something mixing that up next year. Whether I'll carry that trend on, or whether I'll just do things a bit differently next month. I've got something different that's coming up this month, which is in August. I'm gonna just a video that's coming out later this month will be my fiance picks my TBR, and he's picked 5 books for my TBR shelf. So as to whether I do that or whether I let different people have a bit more control of my shelves that are in my own life, that might be quite fun. And seeing people that aren't necessarily all booktubers picking my shelves, whether my friends and families that are here try it, that might be fun. I might try doing that next year. But going forward, it's gone really well. 5 out of 6 books have gone brilliantly. The next one is another one that surprised the hell out of me, and that is read 12 non-fiction books. I am shocked. this is one that you guys are not going to believe. I've already done 21 non-fiction books. So it's another goal that's going back up to 30. This one here I read for my mental health Don, the lovely Nicole from A Beautiful Chaos Books. She chose that for that month, and it's one of the ones I'm keeping because it is so darn good. This author has now got a sequel to this coming up that's either been released now or is being released this month. I will definitely be buying it. I'm finding them really informative. Something that's really helping at the moment with my mental health is non-fiction books, because it's seeing different sides of things. Mental health books as well, non-fiction. But I've really found non-fiction really helpful, and one that I've really enjoyed, and I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I have. I've read some different ones. I've read some funny non-fiction, I've read some serious, I've read some heavy, lighter. To me, probably the heavier ones I need to back off a little bit, but going forward, I'm really happy with that target. Next one I've not done very well on. Read 3 books on English royalty. That is not counting the books, the non-fiction books on Tudor, because I read a lot of Tudor books. So it's more on other English royalty. But I've got 2 books that have gone onto my shelf. I've got a book on Queen Mary that I was going to read in August, but that might have to be put back to September. I may end up reading it. And I've got the book that Chris bought me last month, which is Queen Victoria's Matchmaking. So I should be able to get that goal up to 3. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm also going to look in the charity shops for books like that, because I think that might be helpful. And that's something that's great, that with the charity shops reopening, I can look to getting more books for that goal. So I'm not doing very well, but going forward, I can meet the 3. But I want to push myself a little bit harder. And lastly, read 4 historical fiction books from different countries. I've already met that. But again, I'm not going to push myself. I have got 4. I'm going to aim for 5. I'm only going to set myself for 1 more country, because again, it's hard to find historical fiction that I would relate to that I will find from different countries. I've obviously found them in America. I've read an Australian one. I've read a Japanese one. I can't remember the other country. I think I've read obviously Germany. So I can easily get that up to 5, because even if I just go on the World War II and go for the different countries that were in the World War II, that sort of time, I could definitely meet that. 5, maybe go for 6. See how I do. But again, I have, to me, I'm not going to pick up a book unless I know that it's going to interest me, and I know that it's going to be one that I want. I don't just want to pick a book because it's from a different country, because that wouldn't be fair, and I wouldn't necessarily enjoy it. So I am going to try and definitely make it more diverse and go see what I can find and see how I do. But I've not done as badly as I thought. This video is longer than I thought, but I've loved it. I'm happy with how I'm doing this year. Yes, I'm going to set myself some more harder goals, but let's see what the second half of the year goes. Please, God, let the second half of the year be better for every one of us. We have all had a really tough 2020. Let's make the rest of this next half go a lot better. Let's keep supporting each other. Let's keep being there. Let's keep being our booktube and book community. Let's support each other going forward, and let's make the second half of the year a hell of a lot better than the first. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel and not subscribed yet, ring on my ding-a-ling, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.